Hello, I am back here to do an energy reading for fire signs, Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. In regards to this September, messages for fire signs, Leo, Sag, and Aries. In regards to this September and all that comes with it, September 2025 for fire sign placements, Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. If you're new here, my readings aren't gender nor sexuality specific. I read the energies of masculine and feminine. Messages for fire signs, Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. Fire signs, messages. Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. Fire sign. Messages. I don't know. My head is hurting though. Hearing something about pain in the heart chakra. Also some overthinking. Could be the headache part is due to the heart chakra pain. I'm also getting notes of violence here. But anyway, messages. Fire signs. Aries, Sag, Leo. September. It's feeling like it's a lot going on though. Just trying to get a theme, right? Okay, 3 cards then came out. I'm being told to take those, so that's what we going to do. Alright, so fire signs. Aries, Leo, Sag. I'm hearing like Nelly Furtado. You don't mean nothing to me. It's an old song. Anyway, first card. Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying foundations divine. I'm just getting some of y'all are not listening to your guides. We'll get into those later. What is this for fire signs? Aries, Leo, Sag. Some of y'all not listening, and some of y'all can't hear because you are not in alignment. And you're not trusting yourself or the messages. This is huge on not trusting yourself. I'm getting the problem is you. It's not the messages. You're not trusting yourself. You're not in alignment. I'm hearing some of y'all are laying with somebody that's contaminating you, that's muting the messages. That's real specific. Ugh. This is just giving like it's a plethora of shit going on. Some of y'all been praying and you feel like you haven't gotten an answer. It's because who you're laying with is muting the messages. You are not, this person you're sharing yourself with or persons is not in alignment, you know, with you. And then also you're not trusting yourself. Hopefully you're not also laying with somebody and not trusting yourself, because it's like, why would you do that? Like, if you don't trust you, how can you trust? All right, I ain't gonna call nobody out, because sometimes fire signs be a little bit, you know, y'all don't really like to be called on y'all shit, but this is what I'm getting. It's not the messages, it's you. You're not in alignment. You're laying with somebody that you ain't supposed to be laying with, and you know that. The messages are being muted, and then some of y'all, you're just not listening to the messages because you feel like you know everything. You feel like you know everything. So since you know everything, Where was your antennas? This is just a bunch of shit. Like, I feel like the name of this reading is going to be a plethora of shit. A plethora of poop. It's real wild. Is it wild? It's very wild. Next card, right? Oh, this came out for air signs. Like I said, I was getting a headache, so whatever pain in the heart chakra, it's causing you to be in your head. It's causing migraines, headaches. Boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? But this is reiterating what I already said. You're sharing yourself with the wrong person, the wrong people. Some of y'all, this is both who you laying with, who you intimate with, and some of this is who you're intimate with, and friendships groups, and community. You know, community, when we say community, a lot of people think, okay, this is something good, right? You know, it's like in alignment. We're sharing space, we're sharing resources, we're being a resource to one another, helping one another. But some of y'all in the community of darkness, like it's just a portal or energy or entity of like YNs, you know, fuck ninjas, fuck boys, like, you know, like it's just, and boundaries need to be set, hard line needs to be drawn. You're out of alignment, holding space, sharing space with these people, entering in their spaces. Like when they're inviting you to, you know, come on my podcast or whatever it is, come to my house, come to my barbecue. Are you cleansing your energy when you leave that space? Because that's part of I'm gonna say the mutation, but it's really like part of why you can't hear. You know, you could be anointed to do something, but you can't hear it. You can't receive the messages. You can't receive the actual full integration of the anointing, right? It hasn't descended upon you. And like I said, descended is coming from the 5Ds, coming from God, you know, spiritually, you know, however you do God. I'm not talking about religious. I'm talking about the omniscient being, right? It's coming from the 5D and it has to integrate because you're in the 3D. So like I said, it has not descended because you're in the wrong space. It's just like, you know, when you get out of relationships or whatever, you finally break up with somebody, all this shit start coming in for you. Like, it's being blocked. For some of y'all, it's not time. For some of y'all, it is time for the dissension to happen of what it is your purpose. But whether it's not time or it is time, you're still in the wrong space to hear the messages to get you in alignment for when it is time for you, right? For those where it's like, it's not time yet. However, you still have this calling, right? You can't hear it, you can't see it because you're laying with the wrong person. There's pain in the heart chakra. There's a plethora of shit going on. Shit is wild out here. They say we be wilding. You wilding right now with the way you moving. And like, this is like, it's very fire sign energy. Fire sign is very action oriented, right? You know, they you know, they just do. You know, sometimes it's proactive, sometimes it's reactive, right? But this is knee jerk. This is just like, all right, fuck it, that ain't working. Oh, let me try this door. Let me try this door. Let me try this door. And all these doors and all these peoples that you trying, they ain't even in alignment. So you're getting contamination upon contamination upon contamination, right? And you're trying to figure it out. That's what the migraines are coming from, right? You're trying to figure it out, right? You know, with this pain in the heart and in the head, you're trying to figure it out, but you need to get grounded. You need to stop and pull up a chair to yourself and talk to yourself. Like, go outside for a walk, breathe in the air, take off all the earthly possessions, right? And just go outside and feel your mind, your body, really your body and your spirit, and that's going to get your mind together. All right, but you need to get, stronghold. It's giving hold door on these boundaries, all right? Some protection, really, is what is needed of self and who you share yourself with. And you may be thinking, well, I got to go in these spaces to do this, and but there still needs to be boundaries. There still needs to be protection. There still needs to be cleansing when you come out of these spaces, right? Deep replenishment, retreat, rest, be held. You need to nurture yourself, replenish. You need to nurture yourself. You need to hold space for yourself. You need to hold yourself. You need to love yourself. Some of y'all laying with somebody like, man, they make me feel good. They hold me at night. And they may physically hold you at night, but it's vapid. It's vapid as fuck. That hold, that hug, that cuddle, you don't feel nothing. Like, it's giving vapid. Offering nothing that is stimulating or challenging. That hold that they're giving, they're physically holding you, but there's no capacity. Like they're really operating from a space emotionally of nothingness, right? Because at the bottom of the deck here is like, how can you mother yourself? Star mother. You are in need of some nurturing with this pain in the heart and the head. And I mean, especially Aries, they're all about the body part for Aries is the head, right? And for Leo, it's the heart. And like I said, it's pain in the head and the heart. So this could heavily be resonating with Leo and Aries. Well, hold on 1 second. I'm not going to pause it, but give me a second. Yeah, so as I was saying, this is heavily resonating with Leo and Aries, because it's pain in the head and the heart. And Aries represents the head and Leo represents the heart. But for Sagittarius, it's the thighs. It's the thighs. Inner thighs, outer thighs. Some of y'all carrying weight in your thighs and you ain't never had weight in your thighs before, right? But there's some nurturing that needs to be done here. Some serious nurturing of the mind, the body, and the spirit, because this is at the bottom of the deck, right? How can you mother yourself? There's nurturing here with the star mother, right? It's giving Cancer energy when we talk about mothering, right? The moon, right? I feel like this Pisces full moon energy, this lunar eclipse is really highlighting what it is you need to do, fire signs. This deep replenishment, this retreat, rest, be held. You need to wrap that shit up who you laying with. They not it. It's vapid, it's void. Yeah, they have their arms around you. They cuddle you, but you don't feel nothing. You don't even feel the weight of them. It's just like they ain't even got their arms around you, you know. And for those of y'all that feel like, okay, well, that ain't working, I can get rid of them, but what do I get? A weighted blanket until, you know, because you don't necessarily need anybody else, you need you, but get a weighted blanket excuse me, and nurture yourself here, because there's a plethora of things going on, but you need to get grounded in your body, right? And nurture and hold space for yourself. You probably got water placements, but even if you don't have water placements, this water Pisces moon is really doing a number on fire signs. And it's highlighting what you need to get together so you can hear the message, so you can step into your purpose, you know, and for you to protect your energy. The retreat, rest, be held, this deep replenishment. Retreating from overgiving and these contamination places. The rest of the mind, the body, and the spirit. And you need to be held in nurture and space with yourself. Definitely get grounded. Go for walks. Do some grounding meditation, root chakra work. But at the same time, You need to do a release. You need to nurture your wounds. You also should probably listen to the water sign reading. What is this in the physical for fire signs? What is this in the physical? And some of y'all are taking on other people's problems because you feel like, oh, well, they hold me down. You can't even feel them holding you down. Like, they say they do, but they really don't. All right. So we have face the music. You've been ignoring something, right? With this face the music here. And then we have hothead. You popping off, you with the wrong group. Like I said, like your social group, friends, lovers. We got 28 equating to a 10, equating to a 1, new beginnings. Yeah, some of y'all ain't been listening to these messages or getting them on mute for your ancestors because you don't want to hear where you went wrong. Like, a spiritual ass whooping can take place, you know? But anyway, 28 equating to a 1. We have this hothead, 16 equating to a 7, right? Divine number. And then we have each your words. 34 equating to a 7. You could be seeing 777 or start seeing it. Doubt, judgment, spite, rude. Some of this is karmic retaliation on some energy that you sent out there towards somebody else. Heavy Sagittarius with that. Why there's a plethora of shit with you. Part of this is your karma. But if you had listened, you wouldn't be going through it the way you are going through it. If you stopped laying with the wrong people, you know what I mean, and trust yourself and you know, and let go of that friend group that you know is in darkness, right? If you start listening, or if you had listened, it wouldn't be this karmic that you're going through, this climax with this full moon, and then exaggerated even more by the lunar eclipse we just had in Pisces full moon. It wouldn't be so heavy, but you haven't been doing what you're told. And like I said, part of y'all don't want to face the music. And then we have, okay, so I'm told save this for last. So this face the music, you didn't listen prior, which is why some of y'all, like I said, it's not even the message, it's you didn't listen prior, right? Because you didn't want to face the music. So some of y'all, the mute that you can't hear the message because your ancestors was like, oh, okay, you don't want to listen, all right, well, you won't hear them going forward, right? There needs to be some atonement, some retribution. You know, that's happening in certain senses, but there needs to be some atonement for the disrespect, for ignoring your ancestors. Some of y'all, specifically your grandmother, right? And then we have hothead here. Some of y'all could be a sibling too. What is this here? Some of y'all in spaces that cause you to be a hothead. Like I said, knee jerk. You know, you're not just checking this door, reactive and things of that nature. It's just like some of these community spaces that needs boundaries, that needs to be shut off, that needs to be closed out, that needs to be cleansed off when you go in these spaces. Some of these community spaces, situations with people, friend group, or even a partner, like they just need to be 86. They need to be chopped, right? But some of them, they really get you into an energy of overreacting, overdoing it, overzealousness, too much, where now you got to do some cleanup, right? It's very reactive and not proactive. Very hothead energy where you're on the path of destruction. And it's to your own demise. And they say, oh, I got you. But like I say, you can't even feel them. They're not there. And then we have eat your words here. Yeah, this is karmic retribution, right? Retreat, rest, be held, deep replenishment. The deep replenishment is happening on the side where you put this energy out, right? With this doubt, judgment, spite, rude. You were very specific in trying to take down somebody, right? So part of what you're dealing with is that. It's for some it's clearing out for some of y'all that did listen, but for the majority of y'all that didn't listen, as heavy as it is because you didn't listen to your ancestors. All right, so face the music here. Hello, music. I came to dance. Well, you've done it, and now you must face the music. There are always ramifications to certain actions. You not listening to your ancestors, so now it's just like, okay, now you can't hear shit. Now even you trying to tap in, you trying to turn it up, you done had your ears cleaned and all that. Now you can't hear shit. I ain't talking to you. Because some of y'all could have a cousin and y'all got the same guidance and the ancestor, and they like, well, grandma told me, well, why they ain't tell you? And it's like, nah, they ain't want to hear, so now you don't. There are always ramifications to certain actions. It is so important to learn to take responsibility for what you do. Take time to tackle the hard, to look at fragments of your life, as well as owning your behavior and choices. Buck up, baby, and remember, sometimes facing the music is easier than you might think. In fact, it might just be the song you need. Sitting with an uncomfortable tune can help us grow and evolve, but you ain't want to do that. You ain't want to be held responsible for your actions that you did over here or whatever else, because it's a plethora of shit, right? Like I said. So we have hothead here. Talk about explosive. Honey, you're just a little powder keg ready to go off at a moment's notice. Kaboom. And these people know this. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? They know this. They know it. Like I said, they put the battery in your back. Kaboom. What is it that has you so heated? We know there are so many facets of life, especially now with this plethora of shit, that just make that temper Mercury rise, and sometimes our emotions get the best of us. Maybe you're holding on to a grudge or an argument. If so, just let that shit go. Nothing good has ever come out of holding on to a grudge. It makes you cranky, difficult, and it's downright unhealthy. Maybe you're just angry with the state of the world. Well, guess what? You can only change your immediate world, that which deals with your everyday life. So let's start with letting our fists unclench. Yeah, you can only change your immediate world. Somebody in this community, somebody you laying with, they keep bringing the shit up. They keep bringing it up because they know it'll get you in a certain space, and they can, oh, babe, I got you. But they really ain't got you. They're just triggering you. It's all a facade. It's all of what is it? It's all of not esoteric. It's all an aesthetic. They trigger you, then, oh, boo, I got you. Hell yeah. Ooh, you know I got you. And then it's just like, they ain't showed you shit. They talking, and they actually put you in this energy. If you approach life with positivity, kindness, and patience, your environment almost instantly changes. It becomes calmer, more compassionate, and frankly, just easier. Try some meditation, some art, writing, or boxing. Just find an outlet for the anger that is healthy, or get rid of the motherfucker that's triggering it. If you find you cannot quell this heat, we ask that you seek a lifesaver. A group of anger management therapy sometimes that can help you move forward and out of this fire. Yeah, or just let go of the fucking trigger, because I feel like you're burning the candle at both ends. They trigger you. They say they're going to hold you down. They really don't. You end up having to calm yourself down. And now you're doing this on a daily basis when you pretty much have resolved some of the anger regarding this. But they bring up shit like... Anyway, I don't want to constantly repeating that, because fire sign readings, there's always some shit. Alright, so we have eat your word. And then we got two more cards. The impossible. Two more cards. Eat your words. Hangry. Well, you better taste those words before you consume them. Sometimes all sorts of things come out of people's mouths. Maybe you think being snarky or rude is cute or funny. But here's the real. You never know what someone is going through. Everyone is going through something that is relative to them, and we never know quite how they will digest your words. A kind word can go a long way in the era of Karen and Ken. So douse those words in sugar if you intend on eating them. Bitter words can make you cocky and gag. Yeah. So hopefully you are learning, like I already said, what this was about. And then we had 2 more cards pop out. I'm possible. Hit your target. What is this for fire signs? This is what they need to do. I'm hearing 18 equating to a 9, 13 equating to a 4. This is completion. This is stability. What is this here? It's possible for you to get up out of this shit, to turn this pain into progress, to turn this pain into a plethora of coins, right? Instead of shit. Some money. What is this? Hit your target. Your target is yourself, your goals. You are your own brand. So, but you need to do what I said. Like everything I said earlier. What to do with these cards behind it here. Excuse me. I'm possible. Yes, queen or king. You are a strong and beautiful person. Sometimes we can forget that. In the static that is our everyday experiences, it also feels great when we're reminded of that from outside sources, a type of validation. Every now and again, we need to take a moment to reflect, give ourselves some self-love, and remember how amazing we are. Like I said, that grounding, going within on yourself. You are your own brand. Whether you are a celebrity or whatever it is, you are your own brand. What do you want to be? How do you want to show up for yourself in the next phase or cycle of life? Look in that mirror and see your full potential. Try simple affirmations to yourself. I am possible. I am enough. I am a radiant being of love and light. Whatever your affirmation might be, repeat it 9 times, reiterating how amazing you are. 9 is completion, right? So it's kind of like you sealing that affirmation in. Okay. And then we have hit your target. Goals. You are your own brand. Is what I got intuitively. Ready, aim, fire. We see you have been practicing your skill of hitting your mark. Well done, because whatever project or adventure you are on, well done. Whatever project or adventure you are on, know that you are so close to that bullseye. You are hitting that target. It might feel strange when everything falls into place, everything clicks, but you worked hard for this. It is okay to enjoy success, enjoy the journey, and take a moment to pat yourself on the back. Skills take time, practice, and patience. Hitting your target is no different. You know what you want and exactly how to get it. There is absolutely no shame in your game. This is what's to come. You already have this within you, but you got to get rid of this. Like I said, the plethora of shit, the pain in the heart and the head and in the thighs. And once you do that, this is going to be all good. It's all good. Anyway, thank you. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and or comment. If you would like a personal reading, that information will be listed below this video. Thanks.